Hey everyone, my name's Ryan. I'm one of the staff here who works at ClimbOn, and today we're going to be talking about performance climbing shoes for indoor bouldering. So I've been climbing for just over 10 years now, and a lot of that time has been in the gym bouldering. You might find me as well here in Squamish coaching the competition team ground up, and having done a little bit of competitions myself in the previous years when I was younger. I've used quite a few different shoes, from lace up to Velcro, from stiff to soft, and today I just kind of like to share some of the insights I've had on what I find works best for indoor bouldering. So why would we want to look at specific shoes for indoor bouldering? When you compare it to, say, indoor route climbing, the climbs are going to be either really bouncy, like on a slab wall, or maybe super powerful in the overhang. Having a different style of shoe than you would wear on those routes is going to be very beneficial. So next I want to go over some of the key features of a performance climbing shoe for indoor bouldering. And one of the first things I like to look at is going to be the softness versus a stiffer shoe. Having a softer shoe is going to be a lot more beneficial when climbing on steeper angles and doing a lot more bouncy climbs on the slab wall, especially when you're going to be smearing your foot and pasting it all over the wall or volumes. It's going to be a lot more sensitive, and so that sensitivity will allow you to feel where you're placing your feet and feel smaller footholds a lot easier. One of the next things I like to look at is going to be the downturn profile. Having an aggressive downturn or kind of a talon-like feature is going to be really beneficial when you're climbing steeper angles, especially when your feet cut and you need to get them back on the wall. This kind of talon is going to help you dig your toes in, and it's just going to be a lot easier than having a flat shoe. Another benefit of a downturn profile, and sometimes even asymmetry in the shoe, so when it curves inwards, that's going to help bring power to your big toe. It's going to make it a lot easier to really jump off of that foot, as it's just directing all that weight right onto the toe. So now that I know I'm looking for something a bit softer, something with a bit of a downturn profile, I like to look at the rubber that's going to be on top of the toe. With a lot of modern bouldering setting, there's a lot of toe hooks, and having rubber on top is just going to make it a lot easier and a lot more comfortable. And then when it comes to the heel cup, there's all sorts of different heel cups on all the different models that we carry here. And the most important thing about a heel cup though is just going to be one that fits you the best. Ideally, there's as little dead space as possible. You want it to be nice and snug, and whenever you're doing aggressive heel hooks, you just ideally don't want it to slip off at all. And one of the last things you're going to find is the closure system on some of these shoes. We've got quite a variety. You're going to have your lace up, you're going to have your Velcro closure system, and then you're going to have your slipper-like with a single Velcro closure system. All of them will be fine with indoor bouldering. You might have a preference of one over the other. One thing you might notice though is majority of them will be kind of a slipper style with a single Velcro strap. These types of shoes you want to fit very snug, as if you don't need that Velcro strap, and ideally it's going to lock that foot in and provide less of a chance of it slipping off. Now that we know the key features of an indoor bouldering shoe, I want to go over 3 models that I think are going to be well suited for indoor bouldering. So one of the first shoes I'd like to look at here is going to be the Scarpa Drago. This shoe has been around for quite a few years now. It is very popular, and rightfully so. It's a bit of a beast in the boulders. It's going to be highly asymmetrical, highly downturned. So that's going to allow a lot of power to go straight to your toes. They have Scarpa's PCB tensioning system in here, which is the power connective band. That helps direct a lot of power from the toe to the heel. You've got your Vibram Excess Grip 2 strategically placed just where you need it. There is a thin midsole that's going to be just underneath the toes. So instead of the entire forefoot, it's just underneath the toes to allow standing on smaller footholds to be a little easier. But because it's not the full forefoot, it helps flex and gives you a lot of malleability, and which means more surface area when you're kind of smearing and standing on volumes. On the top, we've got Scarpa's M50 rubber, and they have their SRT, which is the surround rubber tensioning system that they have. And essentially what that allows is for the shoe to kind of shape the toe hooks and allow for the maximum coverage of rubber for more friction. Next up here, we've got the Sportiva Ondra Comp. This shoe is new as of last year, 2024, and it is quite the shoe, I'll have to say. First thing you'll notice is that it's just entirely covered in rubber. This shoe is very sticky and very sensitive and soft. You're gonna have the same Excess Grip 2 rubber just like the Drago, And very similar, you're going to have that midsole again just underneath the toes, and again allowing for a little bit of stability and purchase when you're standing on those smaller footholds, but still allowing the shoe to really bend and shape when you're smearing and just trying to get as much surface area as you can. One other cool thing that they have though in the shoe is going to be their Sense Grip technology, and that is going to be a bit of a little cushiony pad placed just between the midsole and the rest of the foot, and that allows the shoe to provide maximal coverage when you are standing on little foot bumps on volumes and stuff like that, and just allow for the most sensitivity and feeling when you're standing on those types of holds. On the top here, you'll notice that there's, again, all the rubber on top. Another cool thing is they have a bit of a cushion as well between where your foot would be and the top of the shoe. That's gonna make it really comfortable when you're doing any dynamic toe hooks, just to add a bit of comfort, not making it as painful slamming your toe into a hold. And lastly here we have the La Sportiva Vegan Skwama Low Volume. And this shoe definitely still falls into that category of being quite a soft and sensitive shoe. But unlike the previous two models we talked about, it is going to be a little bit more rigid due to the midsole underneath the toes. That's going to make this shoe a little bit more versatile for when you want to climb more of a vertical angle and you really have to weight your toes quite a bit. Having that extra support is going to be a little bit more beneficial, and that just means the shoe won't be as sensitive as some other soft models, but because it's still a soft shoe, you're still going to get quite a bit of sensitivity out of it. Going to have the same kind of rubber over the toe as the previous ones we talked about, excess grip 2 as well. There's going to be a little divot here in the middle of the sole. That's going to allow for the shoe to be a little bit more flexible when you're kind of smearing and pasting your foot. And in the heel cup, we have La Sportiva's patented S-heel. This is going to increase the support in the heel in case you're not filling it out fully. It's just going to make it retain its shape a bit better and give you a little bit more support when you have those more aggressive heel hooks. And lastly, being a vegan shoe, it does have some antimicrobial properties to it, which as climbers, I think we all appreciate with our smelly feet. And lastly, if there's one thing I want you to take out from this video, fit. It's really important to try on multiple different shoes from multiple different brands. The best climbing shoe is one that fits you the best. It's going to be the most comfortable. It's going to make you enjoy climbing more. And if you need any help or you're on the market for a new indoor bouldering shoe, feel free to come on down to the shop here in Squamish or visit us online at climbonequipment.com.